Hey everyone, this is Alan from BMW Durham, back again with another video. Today we have another new arrival. It's the 2023 BMW X1 xDrive28i with M Sport in Alpine White on Mocha. Alright, so this is the 2023 BMW X1 xDrive28i with M Sport. So this is their first one we've received so far, and the first one we've seen, sorry for my shadow, with the M Sport package. So far we've only seen those with the X line. So I'm very happy to be able to present this one to you. It looks really good, and I'm going to just walk all the way around the car so you guys get a chance to really see what it looks like. Get the tails on there for you, and I want to give you a good representation of what this vehicle really looks like. And it's nice to actually see these new U11 X1 starting to land. So let's take a look at the details. Alright, so right off the bat, let's take a look at those new BMW LEDs. So it does say that right there. We've got an amber reflector, and we've got the inverted L-shaped headlights, which is kind of the new design language for BMW right now. We have the new M Sport bumper design, so we've got that kind of lower black cutout into a actual functional air duct. We have the one-piece kidney grille all blacked out. We have the spot there for your tow hook. We've got the sensors, front plate bracket is on, and you can see some of that lower mesh down there in the lower grille area. And overall, I think the front end looks really good. I love how they've made it a little bit taller, and I love the shape of the hood too. It's very aggressive. Go away, bug. Now, if we come around to the side, we can see that we've got body colored wheel arches, which look really good, which is definitely a sign of the M Sport. And we have the train. So we have 18-inch. Another train. Alright, so we have the 18-inch 838M wheels in midnight gray, which look really good. This is a new wheel for the 2023 X1. We also have body colored side mirrors. We have black roof rails with the panoramic roof up there, and we've got that new doorstop style antenna. We've also got another train. We also have black window surrounds with a little Hofmeister kink over here, and we have M Sport specific side skirts. So we've got body colored with some black in the center there. It looks very sporty. And I also just wanted to pay attention to some of the lines. So we've got some lines here on the side mirrors. We've got a body line that starts from up there, goes all the way across above the front door handles, and then goes right into the tail light. And then we have another line that kind of starts halfway down and just right here across the front door, across the rear door, and it kind of stops. But overall, it looks very cool. It's nice and sculpted. And then at the back, I love this. Look at the shape of that spoiler on the top of the hatch. I think that looks really cool, very aggressive, very sporty. And I love the new tails on the new X1. I think they look really good. So let me get those on for you. So they're slowly brightening to the max brightness. And then we've got the X1 badging, xDrive28i. So our market currently only gets the 28i. We've got the vertical reflectors on the back. We've got some sensors embedded into this black area, kind of hiding it. There's a spot there for your rear tow hook. And there's no actual visible exhaust tips, but there are exhaust tips pointed downwards below. And you've got this kind of stylized rear diffuser, which is nice. Overall, the exterior design is really nice on this car. I think it looks much better than the outgoing X1, and really pushes the X1 brand forward to where BMW is trying to go with it. So looks really good. Alright, so we're just at the back of the vehicle. The last one that I saw actually had a tow hitch package. This one doesn't, so I just want to try, kick our foot underneath. Yes, that option is here. And once this is open, I just want to show you, cargo cover is here, can be removed from here. We have 4 grocery bag hangers, so 2 on this side, 2 on that side. We have some nets, netted area down there, 12-volt plug, a little storage space down here. And if I lift this up, so that can be held up like so. More storage space. Currently have the carpeted floor mats there, and there's a tire inflator kit. And if I put this back down, there's a lot of space in here. It is a little bit bigger looking than the previous X1. And honestly, this car's gotten so big that we're like X3 size from the early 2000s. And we have a button up here to close, another one to close and lock, but as long as we've got that kick feature, I'm more than happy to use that instead. Now I'm just on the passenger side of the car, so I'm just going to press here to open this, which is connected to the central locking system. So it does take 91 octane, and that is all the same. There's still a little spot here to put the fuel cap. Now let me just open the rear door here, so I just want to show you. If we open that up, we have this neat pattern here for a Harman Kardon sound system. We've got these interesting style door handles that kind of look like Hofmeister kinky. We've got some pockets on the doors. This is the Mocha Perforated Sensatec Interior. It looks really good. And it looks like we've got the same style headrest as we did in the last gen, where we can flip them down, but if nobody's or if somebody's sitting here, you can flip them back up. And it looks like in the back here, the seats still do fold down in a 40-20-40 split, just like so, right? And there looks like to be multiple positions for recline as well, just like there was last time. We do have an armrest in the center, and pass-through through the center is activated with this string down here. Same thing on the other side. And yeah, all of this looks nicely appointed. There's still the center seat belt, which retracts up into the ceiling, and we do have the large panoramic sunroof. Now in the back of the seats, we do have some pockets here. Looks like we've got some vents down here as well. We have some rear climate vents and some USB Type-C charging ports and a little storage space at the bottom. And yeah, overall back here looks pretty good. Now I just want to do one thing, so give me a second. Alright, so I'm just seated in the back area, and I did take my shoes off because there's no mats in this car right now. But I just wanted to show you headroom wise a lot. So even if there was no sunroof, it still have quite a bit of room, and with the sunroof open, even more. Now as far as knee room, lots of space here, and yeah, this is actually really comfortable. And let me just pull down that center armrest. Yeah, you know what? Lots of space back here. It's a lot bigger in here than what it looks like from the outside, but definitely would not be uncomfortable going for a long trip in this X1. All right, approaching from the front passenger side. So we do have the comfort access door handles on the 2 front doors. So in here, Harman Kardon, we've got some open pore wood trim, so it looks like. I love this pattern that they've got going on here on the speakers. We have an aluminum M door sill. We've got power seat. And I just wanted to show you guys, look at the stitching on the dash. That looks really awesome for an X1 especially. And look at that. So we have the iDrive8 curved display. Now this one, just if you haven't seen my previous video on X1, we do not have an iDrive controller. So it is full touch and full voice control. I won't play around with a little bit, but I just want to go through here. So we do have max front defrost, rear defrost, a little vent here we can adjust, open and close the vent. Down here we have a pretty large size glove box, and in the center here, so we do have the wireless charger with that roller coaster style seat belt. I think that's kind of cool. We have the cup holders. There's a 12-volt plug, 2 USB Type-C charging ports down here, and it is kind of open down here to this lower section, so you could have something charging and have it sit down there. Now if I press this little button here, this tiny little compartment opens up where I guess you can put some change or a pen or something like that. And then in the center we have your start stop button, park assist button, 4-way flashers. There's your gear selector, so we have reverse, neutral, drive, and sport shift. And then we have park, but it's like an electric park brake, but there's no real park. My modes, we have your driver assistance controls, auto hold, that is your volume roller as well as your mute button, fast forward, rewind, so all of that is in that section. Let's go over to the other side and take a look from the driver's side. All right, so let me open this up. And on the inside here, so we've got your door handle, we've got this interesting handle to close the door. We've got very similar controls in here as what we've seen in the iX. So we've got individual side mirror button, control, fold the side mirrors in, all 4 windows, 1 touch up and down, and then a button to control so that only the driver can control the windows. We've got memory buttons up here, and we have a tailgate button. So let me just press this. So yes, that will open the tailgate, and let's just double check if the key is inside the car. And just so you guys can see, that's what the new style key looks like with the M colors. Actually looks really good. Okay, so pulling and holding this, as long as the key is inside the car, just like previous gens, it will be able to close the tailgate. But if the key is not inside the car, you will not be able to do that. So that is something interesting. Now inside we have the aluminum M door sill here as well, power seat controls, and let's get a little bit of a closer look at those beautiful Mocha Perforated Sensatec seats. We do have a headrest height adjustment at the base here, and it doesn't look like there's any other adjustment, and it looks like there's still a manual under the thigh extension here. Now let's take a look down here. So we have auto exterior lighting menu and off, so that's much like the iX. And down here we do have the traditional hood release, and there are our pedals, but the dead pedal isn't M Sport looking. We've got a release lever on the side here of the steering column, signal indicator, so that's much like the iX where there's no BC button on the side there. And then our steering wheel is the new style steering wheel, but it is the cool one with the M Sport design. Let's jump in there for a moment and see what this looks like. So I apologize that we've got the sun pretty well blinding us here, but I'm just going to get the car running. So essentially that's what you're going to see, and I like that the car is the right color. It shows that there's 5 seats in there and none of our seat belts are on. So one cool thing I just noticed is that because this is the M Sport, we actually have the paddle shifters, and the left one actually says boost, so it's trying to allude, I think, to the sprint mode, which not everybody knows about, but I'm just trying to get some good lighting here for you. Too much sun. So we have your cruise control stuff here, much like the iX. And then on this side, we've got the new style steering wheel that has this for configuring your views and such over here in your iDrive 8. And then this is for your multimedia menu, voice commands, answer the phone, and volume controls. So steering wheel feels very nice. I did have a chance to drive one of these a week ago, which was very good. And on your wiper stock, sorry for the angles here, so we have traditional style, 1 click up is auto. The further you go up, the faster it's going to wipe. You can adjust the intermittent speed on the face of the stock, and twisting the end activates the rear wiper. So that's pretty much the same as all the previous BMWs that had a rear wiper. Now I just wanted to go quickly through some of the different options you had here in terms of views. So right now we're on comfort mode, so we'll be able to switch from focus layout, wide layout, and then this layout that just has your speedometer, and then you get a little bit of a bigger view in the center. So for instance, if I go to the map view, you get a little bit of a bigger map view here, which is kind of nice. But let's just adjust that one more time. So if I go over to this, so for comfort, you've got 3 different options for layout. And then as far as what you've got here, so there's reduce, which just shows some M colors and the speedometer in the center. If you press this, then you can get your real-time fuel consumption, trip computer. And then if I go continue, we have route preview, so step-by-step directions for your nav, map, G-force meter, and what you're listening to in terms of music. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and go over here also to head up. So in the head-up display, I don't know if you can see that. So there's one option there, which is none, or there's sport. So it looks like there's going to be a little tachometer that goes there with a shift indicator light, which is kind of neat. Now what I want to do, since we're here, I'm going to press on my modes, and I'm going to click on sport on the screen there with a touch. So in sport, you only have the option for this one focus view. So you could have reduce with the speed in the middle, and then all the same things that I just showed you. And you can configure your head-up display for normal or sport, but that's it. Now if I go to the other my mode, and man, it is hot in here, I'm going to turn down the volume or the temperature. If I go to efficient, which is kind of like Eco Pro, so you can only get this one in the wide view, I presume. Let me just double check. Yeah, so you can't change your layout here, but you have all the same contents, and you can still do a sport view from here as well. Now, the iDrive 8 display here, let me just try and get so you guys can actually see it without so much sun coming in. So we do have some buttons here. Geez, come on. I'm trying to make it so we can actually see. So we have some buttons that are always here on the side, which is different than other iDrive 8 systems because we don't have the iDrive controller. There's also a home button here. So all of this is pretty well the same as in all the other iDrives, but it is full touch. And the voice does work pretty good. Geez, this angle is awful. Maybe this angle will actually work better. And then if I go to normal, it should just show us our trip computer and such once it returns back to this. So yeah, there's a trip computer and a coasting thing there as well. And if I go through some of the other things here, so to give you an example, let's take a look at interior lighting. So in terms of ambience, so let me just turn brightness up. So there's a whole bunch of different colors we can choose from in here. Ivory, citrine, gold, lemon, emerald, turquoise, pearl, azure, ocean, indigo, lavender, flamingo, papaya, coral, and rose. So this iDrive system, since it's on the same architecture as the iX, it gets all these colors, whereas my new 2 Series does not. What else do we got in here that I want to talk about? So with the navigation, because this is on the same architecture as the iX, you do get AR navigation in here, which you do not get in the 2 Series or 3 Series with iDrive 8, which is interesting. Even the i4 you don't get it in. And also, I just want to press the park assist button. So look at that. The quality of the camera in here is superb. It does have the backup assistant, and it does have the automatic parking, so that's really cool. I'm sure it's exactly the same as the one in the iX, so I'm not going to spend too much time on that. But overall, this X1 is extremely impressive. I'm pretty impressed by it so far. And I just wanted to show you what else we've got up here. So there's your rear view mirror. There is your sunroof controls. So I don't want to open it right now. I wanted to actually close the shade. We do have the interior camera in there, which you can use to take selfies, or it can activate if the interior motion sensor is activated. And then we have some interior lighting menu options. We have the lights. We have an SOS button underneath here, which is very traditional BMW. We've got the mirror that opens here as well. So yeah, really good. Let's get out of the car and let's take a look at what's under the hood. So it is a 2-pole system still, just like so. And once we get to the front of the vehicle, we just have to lift this up. So there it is. You can see that it's mounted transversely. So this is on the U11 platform. This is the B46. This time it's tuned with 241 horse, 295 torque. So it has the same torque as the 330, which is good. We have your washer fluid. We have your positive battery terminal. We have your negative battery terminal. And I like that there's some bracing going across here that stiffens stuff up. And just underneath there, that's just what it looks like. Nothing too crazy, very typical, but very well laid out. I love it. All right, and this is the first time the X1 actually gets remote engine start, so I'm just going to do a remote engine start cold start. So 1, 2, 3 on the key. All right, so it was pretty quiet, but I just wanted to show off the fact that we even have remote engine start at all. And just like all of our other remote engine starts, it will acclimatize the interior cabin for 15 minutes. And so if it's colder than 21, it'll try to warm up and defrost. If it's warmer than 21, it'll try to cool the car down. And if you don't get to the car in 15 minutes, it'll just shut off. So really neat. All right, so that is the 2023 X1 xDrive28i with M Sport. I just want to give you one more long walk around the vehicle so you guys can get a chance to see all the different angles, different lighting, how the light affects the lines on the car. Car looks really good. I'm impressed. There's so many trains today too, jeez. All right, everyone, so that was my tour of this beautiful 2023 BMW X1 xDrive28i in Alpine White with M Sport with the Mocha interior. You guys let me know what you think of the video in the comments below. If you like the video, you like the car, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you on the next video. Thank you so much for watching. It's the 2023 BMW X1 xDrive28i. The train!